Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a Vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenoknxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
SwainEvent, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. 865-255-03 is our telephone number to the BJ Waterproofing Hotline. Download the free Swain Event app for Android and Apple devices. Stream us online at SwainEvent.com or check us out, Swain Event TV, Periscope, Facebook Live, and on YouTube. It is a beautiful Wednesday, October the 30th. Halloween is around the corner. Tennessee UAB is around the corner. Players got a chance to talk to the media yesterday, and our own Ben McKee was in the attendance. Got a chance to get some great quotes from the players, and I think they learned their lesson from the first game of the season. Georgia State not going to take UAB lightly at all. Tennessee's playing at a level right now where if they play with the same intensity, same focus, same execution, then Tennessee should win by multiple scores. But we're all human. We're not robots. With different days come different emotions, different energy. And Tennessee needs to make sure that they bring the same energy, the same emotion, same execution out there on Saturday as they did against South Carolina. That is what we're all looking for. Can we take off the cup? Can we take off the cup as a Tennessee fan? Can you let your guard down just a little bit? Well, the answer is no. You cannot do that. You have to wait to see if this football team will do it again and do it again. That's when you know you have yourself an identity. Do it over and over and over. Ben, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Man, I'm wonderful.
Good.
I'm wonderful, man. I'm wonderful. We are a day closer to the game, Tennessee UAB. It is a night game, 7 p.m.
Prime time.
I am planning on going.
Ooh, look at you. What is this, 3 home games?
Fourth.
4 home games in a row because you Georgia, Mississippi State, South Carolina, UAB.
Yeah, man. This is like a record.
I have some advice for you.
What?
make plans to where you and the wife don't have to walk approximately 27.2 miles after the game to get back to an Uber.
It's just me. It's me and my daughter this time.
Definitely make plans.
She all right. She young. She can walk. And
Yeah, I know.
maybe I need to break down, take some medicine. I don't know, but yeah, we will have a better plan. I'm cool with the walking. It was good exercise, anyways. But yeah, I'm taking the kiddo. That's the plan, man.
That's
I think
cool.
she's just excited about being up late.
Yeah. Does she have a weekend curfew bedtime?
Definitely a curfew. We not even into that conversation.
Yeah.
yet.
I was more so speaking about a
you-
bedtime.
You ain't leaving the house right now at night. But that's a good question, man. I think it's whenever I feel like I'm tired of looking at her on the weekends.
When I was her age, my bedtime, at least on Saturdays during football season, was when the Tennessee game ended, if Tennessee played at night. I vividly remember, I think it was the 2006 Tennessee-Florida game. Was that the 21-20 game at home? Whatever. I'm not trying to bring up bad memories, but was that year?
Yeah.
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 I vividly remember like staying up and like making a camp in my living room and camping out and watching the game and then going to bed in my little living room tent, very upset.
Them dudes went on to win the national championship that year.
Them boys were good.
We had them beat by 2 scores. The referee called a terrible hit to the head. Oh, boy. My goodness.
If it had been reviewed, would targeting been overturned? Had targeting been a thing back then?
No, I mean, it was simply JT Mapu putting his hands up to block the pass. And when his hand came down, it hit Chris Leak in the head. It was the weakest call I've ever seen in my life. It was bad. And then Florida got a first down. They went down. They scored. Scored again, and it was 28-27. On that play that JT Mapu hit Chris Leak, the quarterback, it was an interception, return for a touchdown. It's pick 6, Marvin Mitchell. So we were up 3 scores. Took the touchdown off the scoreboard. And then they went down, scored, and made it a 1-possession game. And then, they came back. Dude, I was sick, man. That game hurt.
Yeah, young Ben.
Young Shelton.
Yeah, young Ben was hurting that night.
Shelton was hurting.
Sheldon was hurting.
Ooh, boy. Man,
You were the leading receiver that game. 6 receptions, 77 yards.
Yeah, Ben, I'm a baller.
Monterio did not have the best day.
We didn't run the football well.
You don't say. 17 carries, 14 yards.
Yeah, we didn't do a good job running the football.
Did have a touchdown. Didn't
Terrio?
do a good job throwing the football either. 17 of 32, 183, and 2 interceptions.
No comment. I let Volstorm comment on that.
Lucas Taylor was 1 for 1 for a touchdown and 48 yards, though.
Yeah, he had a better QBR.
100 compared to 35.3.
I need to write a letter. That would be the only way I feel better about that game. I need to write a letter to Urban Meyer to voice my displeasure. Oh man, that's why you play the game though. You have those heartbreaking losses, but then you have those games where, like we've seen with Tennessee football Twitter account, where you're singing in the locker room and you're hugging your brothers and we didn't do this, but dance with the coach because Coach Fulmer ain't dancing. He ain't hurting himself trying to dance. He didn't do that at all. But you have those moments where you're singing in the locker room and talking about how you don't give a dang about the whole state of the opposing team and letting people know that you're from Tennessee. Ain't nothing like that. So you have those heartbreaker games. Florida 06, LSU 06. You know, you come back against Auburn in the SC championship game, and you tie things up. You're rolling, got all the momentum, and then they hit you with a bomb over the top, and you lose the game, and you have some phantom holding calls on a couple of your touchdown runs there in the second half. It's part of the game. Part of the game. Let's get to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline this morning, and let's get to Jay. Jay, good morning.
Good morning. I think we win big Saturday night.
Do you have a particular score that you like, Jay?
49-14.
All right, I'm going to write it down. Now, last year you were infamous for calling in and giving us a basketball prediction. The Baller Vols are back in action tonight, exhibition. Do you feel good about Tennessee winning tonight?
Yes.
Good. You tend to be right with your predictions.
Yes, I think we have a good basketball season, too.
That would be nice. I hope so.
Uh-huh. And I did see this morning on the news here that the ETSU game with the women is on our local Fox station.
I think we win Saturday. I don't know about 49-14, Jay. Thanks for the phone call. Definitely the basketball team is going to win. But for me, it's not about winning or losing. It's about playing at a certain level. Remember in 2016 when Tennessee was playing like crap, but they were still 5-0? And you had one group of the fan base that just was happy that Tennessee was winning, but you had another group of the fan base who understood football just a little bit more, who was not just satisfied with winning 6 or 7 games, but understood that this was the year. Like, this was the year to go do something special, and that the level of play wasn't sufficient enough. I was in that group.
Happy State.
I was in that group where I was like, whoa, first game of the season, we're not playing with our hair on fire. The only difference between 2016 Happy State and 2019 Georgia State is that we won that game. But the energy was poor, execution was poor, and it was kind of a indicator of what we're going to see throughout the season. And you won some games by playing sloppy, but it cost you. Well, I'm looking at this football game. It ain't about just a win. I like the win. Cool. Give me the win all day long. But you just want to win 4 games this year? You just happy with the win? Or do you want the play to be at a certain level so that way we can go and try to win the rest of our games? So we can win the rest of them. And the way you win the rest of your games by playing at a certain level at the right time. It's almost November. You want to play your best football at this time of the year. So for me, yes, winning the game is the number one objective, but playing at a certain level is the next important thing for Tennessee. Not only go to a bowl game, but hey, man, let's go win 7. Let's go win 7. Why not?
Let's go win 8.
Why not? Let's go win 7, then go play Iowa in a bowl game and let them try to save the ball on a kickoff return like they, saving an out of bounds pass in basketball. Let's do that.
And then all summer, after we win the 8th game, we can be mad about how Tennessee should have won 10 games.
Let's do that. I can't wait to be mad about not winning 10 games. When the last time we was able to do that?
2016.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to be mad about not winning 10. Yeah, that's when we're on our way back. That's what I'm talking about.
10.
Hour 1, powered by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Be right back.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health, and most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey there, Swain event listeners. It's football time in Tennessee. While you're cheering on the Vols, you might be thinking, I would love to buy a home with a great place to entertain for games. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm tired of hosting all of these people at my house and we don't need all this space anymore. Whatever your plans may be, when you are ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call me, Jennifer Morris, at Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com, and go Vols.
You're listening to the Swain event.
And you know this, man!
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1 is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. I don't know how Devontae is up this early at 6:20 down there in Alabama. But he is, and he's calling us. Good morning, Devontae. You thought you would call before you went to work today, huh?
Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm riding in. I'm actually a couple minutes late. I'm riding in. So I said, I'll call right now instead of getting in here and listening a little bit and then calling. I said, let me call right now and talk to the fellas, man.
So while being late, you decided to go ahead and just call us and not show any sense of urgency to get on work on time. You just going to call us.
Yeah, man. I'm actually, they know I'm going through something in real life. My mama just had a surgery in her eye and they had to go through her brain. So they know I'm moseying along. I got other stuff on my mind. So this show actually, man, y'all actually been helping me out, whether y'all know it or not. That's why I done told y'all so many times in the last couple of weeks that I love y'all, man.
We appreciate
y'all
it,
ease
man.
my mind, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. But more importantly, we hope mom's okay.
Yeah, man. Before I come down there, before I come to Knoxville this weekend, I'm gonna go see her. So it's probably gonna prolong my trip. I probably come for like 1 or 2 days instead of spending the whole 4 days down there. But it's all right. I'm gonna go see Mommy. Hopefully everything's okay. I'm the oldest son, so I have to man up. You know, can't be too sad. I try to hold my emotions in. So.
I understand.
But on the football note, man, I heard a couple guys yesterday. I heard this one guy yesterday call in, and back in the day, we used to be real good in Novembers, man. Real good in November. Did you ever lose a game in November, Swain? I don't think you did. Did you?
He did.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Didn't you lose to Vanderbilt once?
Yeah, Vanderbilt in 05. But I'm pretty sure I lost one other than that. And then to add some context, we didn't have the toughest schedule in November either during those times. Remember, our schedule typically here at Tennessee is front-loaded because you play Florida first, SEC game, and then you play Alabama in October, and then you play Georgia in October. When I played, and usually you play like Kentucky and Vanderbilt, then you have your homecoming in November. So I didn't play the toughest teams in November. I'll say that.
Okay. And man, actually, the craziest thing, I had scrolled across some stuff on Twitter yesterday, and I seen the old Juwan video that got him kicked off the team. Actually, I never seen the video. I only just seen reports.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen the video before in my life till last night or 2 nights ago. And some of the stuff he's saying on there, that's why he play hard, man. That's why he playing so hard this year, man. Tennessee listened to Juwan, it sound like. That's why he plays so dang hard, man. And then he had the interview yesterday. I watched the interviews they put out yesterday, and the boy's a Tennessee kid, man. Like, you don't get too many kids that actually stay where they're from, and just love football like that, man. It's hard to come across, especially in Tennessee studs like that, man. That dude right there, man, he probably one of the best studs ever that played in Tennessee that's from the state of Tennessee, man.
No, I agree. He takes pride in putting on that power tee, and that's what the coaches and the program wants the players to understand once they become a Tennessee Volunteer is, man, there's a responsibility. And you would think that the players from the state would understand that better than anybody else because they're from the state. Sometimes that's not always the case, but in Juwan's case, he understands it. I mean, he totally gets it. He gets it, and it's gonna stink when he plays his last game here at Tennessee, because he wore Tennessee on his collar, on his sleeve, each and every time he hit the game field. So
yeah, man, we're gonna miss out on Juwan, man, but I guess we gotta enjoy it while it's here. I seen somebody post, let's try to pack this thing out the last 2 home games, and I'm part of the 102 for Saturday, man. Hopefully we can get it as packed as it's ever been for him and them seniors these last couple of days, man. Because one thing about that senior class, they done been through, man, fire, hell, and brimstone, man, to get where they at now. And like y'all talked about Nigel, he had a lot of pressure coming in. He was never gonna be there, but he's showing glimpses of his 5-star now. He's showing a full package game, and I just wish we can do right for these seniors, and these seniors can do right for us and pull this thing off, and then we at least win 3. Man, I don't got to win all of them, but get themselves in the bowl, man, and do something good for them, man. I see y'all boys. I hear from y'all boys tomorrow, man. I'm going to take it in.
All right. Sounds good, man. Be careful. So, November record, Ben. You ready? My November record.
Hit me.
Oh, really?
With your best shot.
I get to
Fire away.
I get to hit you?
No.
Okay.
Only if I get to hit you back.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey,
I mean, you may beat me up, but if
carry the
you're going
one.
to hit me, then I'm going to hit you back.
Carry the 1, add pie. All right.
Oh, you may not want to share that one.
I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. 12-5.
What were the 5 losses? I know one was to Vanderbilt.
All right, man. You already said it. You already said Vanderbilt. You didn't have to say it again, Ben.
Well, you don't want to be reminded that you lost to Vanderbilt?
Senior year. I don't have a nickname Vanderbilt, so I'm good.
That's fine.
Senior year, we were 2-2 in November with a loss to LSU and Arkansas. And
that was a tough November.
Yeah.
Because that was when Arkansas was good, correct?
That was when Arkansas was.
When that Darren McFadden.
That's when they went to the SEC Championship game.
Ooh, that was a tough November.
Yeah, and they lost to Florida in the SEC Championship game. But and then LSU was 13th in the country. Arkansas was 11th in that game. And then 2005, we were 2-2 because we lost to Notre Dame and lost to Vanderbilt, like you mentioned. And then 2004, we were 3-1, lost to Notre Dame. And then my freshman year, we were 5-0. Yeah, it was 5-0.
I played 5 games in the month of November.
Yeah, that's what I'm counting. Let me see here. Make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. November 1st, November 8th, November 15th, November 22nd, and November 29th. So, beat Duke, beat Miami, who was 6th in the country at Miami. That was a great game. Came home, beat Mississippi State, 59-21. Chris Hanna had like 3 touchdowns in the first half. I remember that game. And then beat Vanderbilt 48-0. That was an easy game. And then Kentucky, we were playing around with Kentucky. It was so cold up there. We just played down to Kentucky. Kentucky had the game won. Then they do what Kentucky usually does, and they gave us the game. But we beat them to finish out the season. So yeah.
Y'all's November schedule was much different back in the day than it is now. Talking about Notre Dame and Miami and LSU, Arkansas.
Yeah, my senior year we played that tough non-conference game at the start of the season, and you're seeing now where like you played Oklahoma in 15 and 16. You played those guys front of the season, and even now you play UAB front of the season, West Virginia front of the season. So that premier non-conference game in the last few years has been at the beginning of the season rather than in November, where we had it. Maybe that's why you changed it. But there's certainly been a little bit of a difference with the schedule. But yeah, 12-5 in November.
Well, and I think now, if you are going to play the big time non-conference game, as Tennessee is playing Oklahoma next year, it is better to play at the beginning of the year, because if you have a team that is capable of making the college football playoffs, you are 10 times more likely to get in if you lose that non-conference game, if that game is played early in the season, because you have so much time from that point on to really build a resume.
Yeah. No,
so
you're right.
I imagine if the college football playoff had been a thing back in the day, and I don't know how early the Miami game, the Notre Dame game was scheduled, because now games are scheduled so far out in advance. I don't know how it was back then when Coach Fulmer and the AD were making those decisions.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But I imagine if the college football playoff had been a thing, they would have liked to have scheduled those games at the beginning of the year. Although, on a separate note, playing Miami and that Florida team within a couple weeks of each other in the month of September would not have been fun.
Especially down there.
Like you mentioned that you came back and you beat Mississippi State 59 to whatever 21. Imagine coming back home and playing Florida.
Yeah,
that would not have been fun.
Yeah. So, but that was definitely not on the show notes for today. But yeah, November, man. This is. Johnny Major said they remember what you do in November. And for Tennessee, yes, the win is important against UAB, but you need to start playing your best football, and we got a little taste of that last week. Not saying that Tennessee played a perfect game, but it was certainly their best game of the year. It was their most complete game of the year, with touchdowns on offense and special teams and defense that shut down South Carolina in the second half. Is this Tennessee's identity moving forward in a Jeremy Pruitt football program, or was that just one game where we caught lightning in the bottle?
I think once he gets his players in here, it'll be the identity.
He got 62 of his players.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
62.
Fair point. Touche.
Yeah, freshman and sophomore, 62. So another recruiting class, and maybe you add some transfers, and we're talking.
Once you get that depth in here,
we're talking We're talking 85.
Yeah, we are. No, you're right. It's all about playing to a standard and not the scoreboard. I know that is super cliche, but it's the truth. It's what makes the best coaches the best coaches. It's what makes the great players so great. It's what makes the great team so great. I mean, yeah, Jalen Hurts just lost to Kansas State, but at the beginning of the season when they beat down, I believe it was UCLA or Houston. It was Houston.
Oh, yeah.
It was Houston after that Houston game. I mean, he had a career game, and he was very unhappy because they did not play to a particular standard. Rick Barnes last year at the beginning of the season was upset in 10 to 15-point wins because they did not play to their standard. That's why Nick Saban is always so upset because he if his team does not play to that standard, that championship standard, then they are not improving week in and week out. So, and Jeremy Pruitt has talked about it before. He doesn't really want to go out there and play for the scoreboard. He wants to go out there and play to the standard that he is trying to instill. And if you play to that standard, the scoreboard is going to take care of itself.
His introductory press conference, he said that. Mm-hmm. He said, "All right, listen, there's going to be some times, all right, where we're going to win, all right, and I'm going to be mad as if we lost."
So it should be.
All right, that's what he said. I was standing right there. I was kind of tapping my foot like, okay, all right, I like this. This sounds like a football coach. This sounds like a real football coach. And I go back to my words during the coaching search. If Tennessee would just get themselves a good football coach, who's a good person, knows how to treat his players, everything will take care of itself. It'll work itself out. And it looks like we're doing that now. It's been some bumps in the road for sure. No one expects everything to be smooth sailing, but it seems like it's working itself out. You listen to the players talk this week. Henry To'o, some of the freshman players, some of the older players about their relationship with Jeremy Pruitt. No secret why we got the performance we got Saturday and even last week. Guys are playing for their head coach. They're running through a brick wall for their head coach. Just get a good football coach. He'll learn how to be a head coach. Make sure he knows how to treat his players right. Lightning in the bottle, or is this the standard for Tennessee after the South Carolina game? 865-200-5503. Around the SEC is coming up next.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love. Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. We all know that Vol Nation is all over the country. Traveling to games is a fun time for the entire family, but deciding where to stay can be a bit stressful. That's where the Big Orange Faithful at the Hampton Inn downtown come in. General Manager Stephen Lawrence and his team go over and beyond to make sure that you have the best stay in their brand new rooms. They have the cleanest rooms in the game, which include flat screen, microwave, and fridge. Not to mention breakfast is included in the room rate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the best part. The Hampton Inn downtown is less than a mile from Neyland Stadium. While you're planning your game day trips, be sure to check out Hampton Inn online at hamptoninn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street. 42sd.com is a website specializing in marketing and branding. So if you need a new website, new logo, new print design, give them a shout. 42sd.com is the website. All right, Ben, what we got for Around the SEC?
A little late providing this, sharing this, but on Monday, a new number one team was ranked, and that was LSU. SEC teams in the top 25. LSU number 1, Alabama number 2, setting up for number 1 versus number 2 next Saturday in Bryant-Denny Stadium. Florida is number 6, Georgia is number 8, and Auburn is 11th in the country. Jeff Fisher, we talked about it a little bit yesterday on the show, but to expand on the note that Adam Rittenberg of ESPN dropped, and then Football Scope picked up and kind of added to it. With a new athletic director on board, many believe Derek Mason needs to win out, or at least 4 out of the last 5 to retain his position, but that remains to be seen. For his part, Mason let his feelings to be known after his Vanderbilt team beat Missouri back on the 19th to move to 2-5 on the season. Adam Rittenberg wrote that, I'm told former Tennessee Titans coach Jeff Fisher is a potential target for Vanderbilt. Fisher remains popular in Nashville, and new Vanderbilt athletic director Malcolm Turner wouldn't hesitate to make a non-traditional hire. Rittenberg added that other options include Notre Dame defensive coordinator Clark Lea, Tulane head coach Willie Fritz, Clemson co-offensive coordinator Tony Elliott, Navy head coach Ken Niamata-Lolo, Ole Miss defensive coordinator and former Colorado and San Jose State head coach Mike McIntyre, and LSU defensive coordinator Dave Aranda. Fisher has a good-sized swath of land outside of Nashville where he spends a good chunk of his time. At 61, he publicly says he remains hopeful he'll get another chance at the NFL. So we talked about that a little bit yesterday and wanted to expand on it with a couple of more details. Memphis will be hosting College Game Day this weekend.
Good for Memphis.
My thoughts exactly. I think it is funny because it took Tulane's kicker, Tulsa's kicker, 2-5 Tulsa at the time, now 2-6 Tulsa's kicker, missing a 29-yard chip shot for Memphis to beat them over the weekend. It was kind of funny to watch all of the Memphis people I follow on Twitter have a meltdown because it was perceived going into the game that as long as SMU handles business, who is ranked number 15 in the country, Memphis is ranked number 24. As long as SMU handled their business, as long as Memphis handled their business, Memphis would host College Game Day. So it's kind of funny to watch the Memphis people on my Twitter have a meltdown because it looked like Memphis was going to blow a chance at hosting Game Day.
No, you mentioned that a week or so ago, the possibility. I think someone on the text box tried to throw some shade about it not happening, and it's happening. Good for Memphis, though, because this is the first time they've ever been there to host a game. And Memphis fans, don't feel like the only reason you got it is because College Game Day didn't want to go to Georgia, Florida, and make it 2 SEC games in a row because they're definitely going to be covering the LSU-Alabama game next week, 1 versus 2 Memphis. Don't feel like you got sloppy seconds, even though it's probably what you got. But be happy. I'm happy for you. Happy for you, man. College Game Day is an awesome experience. I'm sure your fans will embrace that. I hope they get up early and don't embarrass themselves because it is Central Time. So you got to get your butt up early. It might be dark outside. Get your spots and have some good signs, man. Don't have corny signs, please.
And in listening to some Memphis people this week, Bill Street is going to be packed. That is where Game Day is setting up.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yes.
That's going to be great, man.
As somebody who has family from Memphis, and I go to Memphis quite often, or every now and then, I guess, not as often as I used to, considering it's now 6 hours away instead of 3.5 to 4 from Huntsville. It'll be cool to see Bill Street on national television. So, and then the last thing, it broke news yesterday. It was the topic of conversation yesterday. The NCAA's top decision makers voted unanimously Tuesday to start the process of modifying its rule to allow college athletes to profit from their names, image, and likenesses in a manner consistent with the collegiate model. The board directed the 3 separate divisions of the organization to immediately begin figuring out how to update their rules in a way that maintains a distinction between college and professional sports. The board member said in a release Tuesday that all changes should make sure student athletes have the same opportunity to make money as all other students, maintain the priorities of education and the collegiate experience, and ensure that rules are transparent, focused, and enforceable, and do not create a competitive imbalance. The board wants each division to implement new rules by January 2021.
There's always been a competitive imbalance.
Yes.
There is one now, and that's not going to change. And the NCAA, they didn't have a choice. Either you change these rules while you have time and try to save face and make it seem like that you're adapting, that you're changing with the times, or you look like complete fools because the lawmakers were coming after you anyways. The rules are going to change. Whether the NCAA liked it or not, they just seem like they were making these changes for the benefit of the student athletes because lawmakers were going to do it themselves anyway. So yesterday's news, man, really revealed something for me.
What's that? That
people are really jealous.
That people love NCAA football?
That, and people are really jealous. Like, people are like jealous of other folks. I'm a former student athlete, so of course I have a different perspective. But even if I wasn't, I didn't know that the news would cause so many college football fans to hate so much. Just haters. What? I mean, who counts another man's pocket? the way that yesterday was going down on social media, who cares if the student athletes, at the end of the day, who cares if they're getting some money?
I think the big thing is people are still confused in the sense of people hear this and they think that, okay, the players are going to be on a salary, and that's not the case. This just allows them to make money off of their name, and what is wrong with that? Every single person in America, regardless of age and regardless of what job they have, should be able to make money off of who they are and what they do. Simple as that.
But my thing is, every day you have, and hopefully, and I'm not saying everyone have a job, because there are some times when folks hit rough patches and they don't have employment, but for the most part, you got enough in your life going on. Whether if you have a job or you got a job and kids or whatever, why are you worried about college students making money off their own name to the point where it like bothers you? How about you just root for your team? Shut up.
They're already getting a scholarship, Swain.
And what Ed Murphy said. No, what Richard Pryor said. Shut up, have a Coke, and smile. like, if you like college football, that's not going to change. You're going to still get a good product on the football field. And the powerhouse programs with all the resources will still be the powerhouse programs with all the resources. Like, what's going to change? That's my question. Alabama's not going to be a powerhouse as long as D. Saban's going to be there. What's going to change as far as like the imbalance of college football, the haves versus the have-nots? We already have that. So we'll talk to Chris Lowe more about this at 8:15 and what it means for college football as we move forward and all those good things. But if anything, maybe it helps Tennessee become a little bit better. Maybe. Who knows?
And that Juwan Jennings touchdown catch was brought to you by Dead End Barbecue.
Hey, man, I can't wait for this law to be passed or for these rules to change, because we can take care of a guy like Juwan Jennings, a Tennessee guy, right here in Knoxville. We can make sure that he's taken care of if we want to. I mean, this is. I don't think this is a bad thing. But we'll talk to Chris Love more about it at 8:15 as he joins us every Wednesday here on the Swain event. That's brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. We got to take a break. Attaboy is up next. Stay with us.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain event app.
Showers are likely today with a high of 68 and a low of 64. There is a 100% chance of rain on Thursday with a high near 68 and a low around 37. The sun should come back on Friday with a high in the low 50s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have sloping or uneven floors, foundation cracks, or a leaning chimney? Do your windows and doors not open properly, or are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at bdry.com.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Hoes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
All right, it's time for Attaboy here in the Swain event, highlighting positivity. Positive vibes only. Positive vibes only. And I'm giving my Attaboy today to the transportation company Lyft. Sure could have helped the brother out on Saturday, but it's all good. But Lyft, affordable transportation can be a huge obstacle for low-income workers pursuing new employment, which is why Lyft is now offering free and discounted rides to passengers who are starting at new jobs. The company's newly launched Job Access Program will help facilitate free transportation for unemployed people who are attending job interviews, job training, or their first 3 weeks of work prior to receiving their first pay check. So big attaboy to Lyft. It's all about helping other people, and sometimes you got to come out of your pocket to help someone else, and you know it's worth it to see someone else make a big step in their life and get up off the mat, and that's what Lyft is doing. So they get my attaboy for today. Lyft doesn't advertise on the Swain event, but I don't care. I thought they deserve some credit for some amazing work. So they get attaboy today from me.
Speaking of helping other people, I am giving my attaboy to one of your former teammates. Former Tennessee, former Vol punter, Dustin Colquitt. He was named the NFL PA Community MVP last week, and he was named that because of the work he is doing to bring dental care to kids in Kansas City. Colquitt helped found Team Smile in 2007 as a way to have professional sports teams help provide free dental care to children who would otherwise have to go without it. As of last year, the organization had provided more than $2 million in free dental care to nearly 5,500 children. At an event this week, 324 children were given care ranging from cleanings to complex procedures at the Chiefs facility. Colquitt said that a lot of these kids come in and they're hiding what they have going on in their mouths, but when they come here, we can fix anything that they have going on in about 20 to 30 minutes. They come in here and they're nervous, but when they look in the mirror afterward, it changes their life. So the NFLPA will make a $10,000 donation to Colquitt's foundation or a charity of his choice and set up a crowdfunding campaign for Team Smile. Colquitt will also join the other weekly honorees in being eligible for the Allen Page Community Award at the end of the season.
I'm trying to hold back this joke.
Why don't we save it for after the break? Once the attaboy has passed.
I can't, man. I can't.
Let it
I'm
out.
Itching. I'm itching.
Let it Let it rip.
If Colquitt really wants to win a humanitarian award, he should take his work to Alabama. All right, I did it. I said it. I couldn't hold it in.
That's a good one.
I couldn't
That's a
hold
good
it
one.
in. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I feel better. I feel better, man. I was holding it in.
You relieved yourself.
Just like gas, man. I feel a whole lot better. Wow. All right, man. Let's go to the lines right quick before we take a break.
We got Jay.
Jay, good morning.
Swain, Ben, guys, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jay.
Hey, if Vanderbilt fires Derek Mason, why do they keep trying to hire somebody that's going to run some, traditional offense that when Vanderbilt is not going to recruit the talent ever to actually compete in this league? To me, I would go and look at the Navy coach or hire Paul Johnson. I would hire a guy that runs the triple option and try to give myself some kind of advantage. I mean, that just seems like common sense, and Vandy don't seem to be on board with that at all.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I mean, you're actually trying to run a pro-style offense with a bunch of 2-stars against a bunch of 5-stars.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of like when Brett Bielema came into the SEC trying to bring in Wisconsin football. It's like, no, you're not going to be able to do that. There's already LSU, Bama, and Auburn that runs a power style of offense. Auburn doesn't appear to do that, but they do it. I agree with you, man. I think Vanderbilt needs to go outside the box a little bit, and they did a little bit with basketball, hiring Jerry Stackhouse. I think they need to go outside the box, and I think it's weird this time of the year when coaches will be let go, there will be a change, but the school and the coach are like trying their best not to give it away. And that's what Vanderbilt's doing. It's like, no, we ain't talking to Jeff Fisher. That's a false report. No, we're not thinking about Jeff Fisher. It's like, come on, man, you got to be thinking about who you gonna bring in here next, right?
Let me tell you something. I don't care what kind of clout Jeff Fisher has. He's not going to recruit well enough to run his kind of offense to beat Georgia and Alabama and, God willing, Tennessee. But, it's just he ain't going to have the thoroughbreds, man. And Georgia Tech, they had some good years with Paul Johnson. I mean, they went to the Orange Bowl one year and smacked Mississippi State around. And that's another school with high academic standards. So I just think Vanderbilt's missing the boat here, man. Y'all ain't going to compete running this kind of offense. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree, Jay. Sorry to cut you off, man. We got to roll. We got top of the hour break, but I agree with Jay. I think there's going to be, I'm gonna say two openings in the SEC this year, potentially 3.
Yeah, I think Arkansas and Vanderbilt are going to be open.
You think so? You think they're going to get rid of Chad Morris?
Arkansas is not going to win an SEC game in its first 2 seasons, and I hate that Chad Morris is going to get fired because it affects Chief John Chavis. I don't want to see John Chavis get canned and have to find another job. But and honestly, maybe the best thing for him because he can go out and hopefully find a better job.
Arkansas is bad.
They're bad.
Where does Tennessee fall in the whole pecking order of the SEC? Let's discuss that, man. Like currently right now, where does Tennessee rank?
Number 1
in the SEC. 865-255-03. Be right back.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 2 here at the Swain Event is brought to you by Alumni Hall. It is time for Touchdown or Turnover. And that's backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, place where you belong, better rates and better service, atfcu.com. Ben, in your SEC power rankings, you have Tennessee in the top half of your SEC power rankings, touchdown or turnover.
So 7th or better.
7th or better, because there is 14. And half 14 is 7.
That's right.
I see you got your calculator out on your phone over there, talking about some 14 divided by 2. I see you over there.
I actually do have my calculator out.
Uh-huh.
I've been, calculating some Jawan Jennings stats.
Uh-huh.
He's averaging 15.1 yards per reception over the last 20 games.
Balling, man. Balling.
Touchdown. I think Tennessee is the 7th best team in the SEC right now, or at least they are at the moment, as of October 30th, as of Halloween, they're 7th in my SEC power rankings. Quite frankly, quite simply, I think they're better than Kentucky. I think they're better than South Carolina. I think they're better than Vanderbilt. I think they're better than Ole Miss. I think they're better than Mississippi State. And I think they're better than Arkansas. That puts them at 7. Simple as that. So touchdown. Oh, and Missouri. I forgot to mention Missouri. So I do have Tennessee ahead of Missouri. Although Missouri's record looks prettier than Tennessee's at 5-3 than 3-5. But Tennessee and Missouri both have 2 wins in SEC play. So I think Tennessee is better than Missouri, Kentucky, Carolina, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Arkansas. So touchdown for me.
I'm looking at this SB Nation Sea of Blue power rankings. Man, they just get anybody to write articles, man. This article has Tennessee at 10.
Oh, because isn't that a Kentucky site?
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm laughing.
Where's Kentucky ranked? Probably 9th.
7.
Oh.
I mean, this stuff is hilarious, man.
I mean, technically, Kentucky's record is prettier, 4-4 to 3-5. But again, Tennessee is 2-3. Kentucky is 2-4 in conference play. Tennessee is tied for 3rd right now. If Tennessee wins out, they can finish 3rd in the SEC.
I can't.
I can't either.
We can't talk too much trash here because, I mean, we ain't 500. We still lost to Georgia State, but still.
And BYU.
Yeah, but still, you look at how Tennessee's playing right now, and I'll say touchdown. I mean, you beat South Carolina, so yeah, you better than them. And it's not like you beat them on some fluke, on a fluke play. No, you beat them down. Like you had them tapping out in the second half. So, definitely better than them. You're definitely better than Arkansas. My goodness. You're better than Vanderbilt. You're better than Mississippi State. I don't know about Ole Miss. Ole Miss, they just hard. They hard to read, man. That's why I don't know if Matt Luke is going to be able to make it or not. I don't know, man. We'll see. But I'm willing to say I think they'll beat Ole Miss.
I think they would too.
Yeah, I think we'll beat Ole Miss right now.
Especially at the moment, John Reese Plumlee is dealing with an injury. He is their true dual threat quarterback. And with Matt Corral back there, I definitely think that Tennessee could win that game.
I got a question for you, Ben. Got a question. Serious question. Actually, it's not serious. It's actually a joke. But I'm going to be serious while I ask you, and then you can joke. All right. So, Sharon Green. Who is Sharon Green? Well, that's number 44 of South Carolina. The linebacker, South Carolina, who tried to use the Danny Trevathan move of faking like he's not coming on a blitz, but then going on a blitz. And it worked for Danny Trevathan because he got to the Redskins quarterback and sacked him. This happened weeks ago. You can Google it. Danny Trevathan, Redskins sack. It's pretty cool. Or you can go to my Twitter account, and I posted the video there. Cole Kublik posted a video of Trey Smith baptizing Sharon Green. But if you watch the entire play, Sharon Green tried to use the same move as Danny Trevathan. And Trey Smith was not falling for it. Trey Smith literally washed away all of his sins.
He baptized him.
like,
in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
He baptized him on Shield Watkins Field, Neyland Stadium. He baptized him in front of everybody. It made me start thinking, like, things that we have, like, seen on TV and we tried to, like, do in real life and, like, failed miserably. Just kind of like Sharon Green. Because I'm pretty sure he saw Danny Trevathan. Was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to try that one game. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try that. Oh, yeah. I'm going to try that. The things that I think about, like, you know, remember Brian Maurer had the one eye black?
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I remember kind of starting at LSU back in the late 90s and 2000s. Guys like Josh Reed, who was a receiver that went from running back to wide receiver, who was a Biletnikoff winner. I know LSU guys did that a lot, but just like trends that you see on TV that you try to do in real life, and in my case it fails miserably. I'll give you an example. I said this on Twitter yesterday, but I used to watch wrestling a lot, and I was a big fan of like signature moves. So like the Goldberg spear, I love that.
I like the RKO from Randy Orton.
Yeah, man, I just give me the signature move all day long, or you know, the power driver, or the choke slam by the Undertaker.
Yes,
like I like signature moves, but Diamond Dallas Page rocking his jeans. I don't know how you wrestle in jeans, but anyways, he would wrestle in jeans. Probably would have like a raw spot, I would think. But anyways, he would do the diamond cutter. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try the diamond cutter on somebody.
Oh Lord,
I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I'm gonna try it on somebody. And me and my brother were kind of messing around wrestling, and I don't know if my brother even remember this or not, but I hit him with the diamond cutter. I thought I killed him. I thought I really hurt him.
Did he let you do this to him?
I'm the bigger brother. He didn't have a choice. You getting diamond cutted today. I'm bigger than you. You can't fight this, man. Come here. I hit him with the diamond cutter, and I actually hurt him.
Yeah, probably does not remember.
I was like, I can't do that. I can't do what I saw on TV because that's not real. You can't do it. And I thought he would walk around neck brace like Bobby Petrino. Like I thought he would look like that. So I learned a lesson. You can't do everything you see on TV, which brings me to my point of Sherrod Green, who saw what he saw on TV, Bears and Redskins, thought he could do it. And Trey Smith just embarrassed him. Things that you saw on TV that you tried to do in real life, and it failed miserably. Neil Mafia, keep it clean. Things you did on TV, you saw on TV, you tried to do in real life, and it just didn't work out. Maybe watching basketball, you try to do a crossover. I used to watch Jason Williams back in the day, White Chocolate. Try to do some of his moves, and the ball would just roll in the street because I couldn't do those moves.
I guess mine were the wrestling moves, but I never did it to the extent that you did.
You never almost killed someone?
No, never almost killed anybody. I remember I've started watching wrestling again lately. Not like super consistently, but I check in every now and then. But in middle school, I'd watch every Monday, every Friday, and so did my like 3 best friends at the time. And one of my best friends had a trampoline in his backyard, and so like the Tuesday after Monday Night Raw or the Saturday after Friday Night SmackDown, we would go try to emulate what happened the night before, and sometimes it did not go so smoothly.
Think about the people who watched the movie Jackass.
Oh, yes.
And try to do some of the things that they did. Oh, man, you'd be in the hospital.
Many hospital visits.
Emergency room.
I don't think there's ever really been anything that I've seen on TV that I've tried to do in person, and it just failed miserably. Now, I used to, like, watch the dunk contest, and then I could never dunk, obviously, but then try to go, like, do the same thing via layup.
Yeah, lower the rim and do it.
Or lower the rim and try to do it, and those didn't really go all that well.
Yeah, I used to watch, like the, what was it called, BX racing with the bikes and stuff. I don't know what it's called, but you do all the tricks and stuff with the bikes. I tried to do that one day, and that wasn't a good idea. That wasn't a good idea at all.
Ooh, I know. Remember the Razor scooters?
Yeah.
And on the commercials, they'd be like hopping and flipping everywhere and spinning it. I would try to do those, and I just banged the side of my ankle, and that's the worst pain in the world when you hit your ankle bone on the side of that scooter.
Yeah.
Nothing hurts worse than that.
Yeah. People are not smart. Common sense is not common. That's why when you see like car commercials and commercials where there's action, there's that little message in the bottom right corner. Don't do this at home. And that's probably what should have been said in the Bears wrestling game for Sharon Green, because Trey Smith just dominated him. All right, let's go to the phones right quick. We'll take a break and then get on the phone with Chris Lowe. We have Charles. Charles is on the line with us. Charles, good morning.
Good morning, Swain.
How you doing, man?
I want to give a late attaboy.
All right.
I'll tell you, I have been to college games, but I want to give an attaboy to all the ex-VFL players. They are just, some of y'all are the most outstanding people I've ever met.
I'll take credit for that. Thank you, sir.
We were sitting there Saturday at the game. This little boy in front of us, man, he was just up dancing during all the timeouts. And Brian McCann came walking down in front of us. And the little boy's dad stopped him and said hi to him and shook his hand. And Brian took about 10 minutes, talked to the little boy, shook his hand, Brian let him put on his national championship ring, got pictures made with him. It was just, that's the epitome of a VFL right there.
There was a lot of former players at the game and athletes in Tennessee. We understand like how important it is for a young man or young woman, young lady to be able to talk to the former athletes and to interact. And you know, we were once kids. We were once kids, and we had folks that we looked up to, and to be able to be acknowledged or have a handshake or autograph or high five or a hug means everything. So that's a pretty cool story, man.
It is. It's really neat to see. Last year, we saw Josh Dobbs at one of the games, and he was trying to hurry up and get out. He had to get to the airport, catch a flight, and my grandson's 4, and I was trying to motion to him and tell him that of course he's 4, he don't know any difference. But Josh stopped and he said, "Hey, I've got about 45 seconds. If you want to get a picture, I'm good with it." And I just thought that was it's just amazing, the former players that take the time out for the kids at the games.
I appreciate you sharing that story with us. I
Hey,
really
no
do.
problem. Thanks for all you do,
Hey,
Swain.
thank you, Charles. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And we better be stopping every chance we get with our young fans. We got to keep those young fans. We got to keep them. We got to love up on those young fans.
Or just win a national championship and make more of them.
Go over and beyond. We can do that too. Over and beyond. All right.
Speaking of which, real quick, Khalil McKenzie had the tweet at the weekend.
He did.
In which he imagined many Tennessee fans naming their kid Juwan.
because of his play.
Yes, because of his play, and that rings true. We know somebody whose kid's name is Juwan because of Juwan Jennings.
Oh, that's T. Saber. T. Saber's real name is Juwan Jennings Jr. now. All right, we got to go to break. Chris Lowe, ESPN, joins us next.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Hey, it's Chris Lowe of ESPN. And listen, maybe Jason Swain didn't wear number 1 quite as well as the great Leonard Little did at Tennessee, but he is your go-to guy for all things Big Orange. Join us weekly on the Swain event, brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine and trsportsmedicine.com.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all of those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
Hey there, Swain event listeners. It's football time in Tennessee. While you're cheering on the Vols, you might be thinking, I would love to buy a home with a great place to entertain for games. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm tired of hosting all of these people at my house and we don't need all this space anymore. Whatever your plans may be, when you are ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call me, Jennifer Morris, at Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com, and go Vols!
If you aren't following the Swain event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. And like every Wednesday, we're joined by the great Chris Lowe of ESPN. Joins us here on Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. And Chris Lowe's time is brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine and trsportsmedicine.com. Chris, good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Swain. How are you?
Man, I'm wonderful, man. Tennessee playing some good football. Got the big-time win over the weekend. And, man, I'm feeling good about this weekend and feeling good about Tennessee football for the rest of the season. I hope I'm not letting my guard down, but I'm feeling good about what I've seen. The energy, the passion. Quarterback play is better. You got guys flying around, making plays, having fun. It reminds me a little bit of some of the old Tennessee days.
Well, there's hope. And I don't think it was hard to find much hope for this football team after the second game of the season.
Yeah.
Now, you never give up on any team 2 games in, but to play as poorly as they did in that first game, just to be let's be honest, when as unprepared as they were to play that first game against Georgia State, they came back and they played better against BYU, but still not good enough to win. Made some critical mistakes in that game against a team that, let's face it, home Tennessee should beat that team. And fast forward to where they are now, and sort of the segue on what you just said. I think the most promising thing about what I've seen from Tennessee to this point is the way they responded to coaching, the way they have hung in there as a football team, the way they haven't turned on each other, despite some really low lows, and have gotten better. And I spoke with Jeremy the other night. He says, they continue to their credit to come to practice field and compete, get better, and work. And you see that on the field on Saturdays because this is a much improved football team. Now, they had a long way to go. It wasn't like you were close to being a finished product when the season started, but they look like a team headed in a program. And let me be more specific: a program that's headed on the right trajectory right now. And I think you see guys on the staff that let's give kudos to guys like Will Friend, the offensive line coach, Tracy Rocker. The lines of scrimmage Swain have gotten so much better. They're more physical. They're playing with more confidence, more continuity. You see guys that maybe haven't contributed in the past that much that are stepping up and playing better now, bigger roles. Guys like Butler, Trey Smith looks like he's starting to get closer to being who we know Trey Smith is. And just the mere fact that he's out there competing and playing his butt off, playing at the level he is, coming from where he came with the blood clots is miraculous. It says a lot about that kid and his faith and his commitment. But I think the other thing too is what happened in Alabama with Jack Garantano and him deciding he was going to run that quarterback sneak and nobody else knowing it. And the way Jeremy got in his grill, tucked on his face mask, and let him have it, which he should have let him have it. But the way Garantano responded, the way the guys around him didn't give up on him, I love the exchange between Jeremy and Garantano at the end of the game the other day. It tells me a couple of things. A, that kid's made the right stuff. B, that as I said at the outset of what we were just talking about, that this football team has really taken on the personality of its head coach and is responding to its head coach.
Yeah, Chris, you said it, I said it last Monday after that Bama game, it didn't really matter what we thought. It didn't matter what the fans thought about what quarterback should play or if Jared Garantano should be allowed to go back out there. It was about those guys in the locker room and how they felt and how they were going to respond to number 2. And it's not like he went in there just because another player got hurt. No, he went in there early and did a really good job. And because of his play, it probably took some snaps away from J.T. Shroud. And Jared was awesome. He was awesome. His play to Juwan Jennings kind of epitomizes his play here at Tennessee for the last 2 or 3 years, and that's his toughness. His willingness to stand in the pocket and deliver a throw, knowing he's going to get creamed. And a lot of quarterbacks who've had better careers than Jared still don't do that. And so for Jared to stand in the pocket and deliver that throw, and then him getting hurt on that play, having surgery, and then he's right back out there in the practice field, just says a lot about him, says a lot about his family, his dad, his mom, and how he was raised. So really, really happy for Jerry. I know it hasn't been easy for him at all. I don't envy being in his position at all because I don't know if I would have handled it as well as he has. But really just been really cool. And we can say that now because of a win. Everything's better, Chris, when you win a football game, especially against a team that you haven't been able to beat over the last couple of years and a coach you haven't beat in all, and Will Muschamp. So everything's better when you win.
Boy, it is. And it's you're reminded of that every day when you live in this area, when you walk around, when you go to the store, when you're out in your neighborhood. There's just a pep in everybody's step, you know. And that's University of Tennessee football is vital to this community. It just is. And when they're winning and playing good football, it just means a ton of the community in so many different facets. I think the play you just referenced, the touchdown from Jarrett to Juwan, in a lot of ways sort of defines this season for me for Tennessee, and more specifically where this team has come from. And for two veterans like that, let's face it, Juwan is, he is the ultimate competitor. He's a guy that, when you're picking up size in the backyard of your football game, he's the guy you take first every single time.
Yep.
Because you know what he's going to give you, man. He's going to go out there and he's going to ball and ball and ball. And then you got Jarrett, like you just, so perfectly described, a guy that's taken a ton of abuse. Some of it he's brought on himself. Mm-hmm. Some of it's been unfounded. People have called him names. They've made it personal.
Yep.
But when this team has needed him a couple different times now this year, he's delivered. And he's come back from a horrible play. He hasn't quit. It's really a metaphor for life. And football, that you played it at the high level. You know how much football teaches. How many times in your daily life do you go back to practice, to games, to times when you screwed up or big plays that you made, and apply that to what's happened in your life? I mean, that's what football teaches you. And for all the critics out there and everybody saying that football is not this or it is this, that's what it is. And that's why I love to see what happened the other day to kids like Jared Garantano. I don't care whether you're an Alabama fan, Tennessee fan, Ohio State fan. You love to see that kind of thing. And you love to see kids hang in there and take good coaching. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you got thin skin, playing quarterback in the SEC ain't for you.
Nope.
All right? It is not for you. And if you can't take tough coaching and hard coaching and guys get in your face, the sport of football is not for you. And it ain't for everybody. There's a lot of people who like to weigh in on it, okay, that don't get it. Now, there's some lines you don't cross, all right? We get that. But if you can't take tough coaching and you can't respond from tough coaching, then don't get anywhere near a football field.
JG did a tremendous job with his second chance, and another guy that has done a great job with his second chance, and you were talking about him there for a second, Chris, is Juwan Jennings. Just from the 2016 season when he caught the Hail Mary, his plays against Florida, to being kicked off the team, not playing 2017 because of a broken wrist and the Instagram tirade, and then coming back and just playing tremendous football the past two seasons and finishing out his career the way it deserves to be finished out. Has there ever been or just how important is Jennings to this football team in regards to when you look at players historically at Tennessee, that in terms of how important they were to their football teams?
Well, I'll tell you what Juwan is to me. He's the kind of guy that other players, whether they're recruits or what have you, look at and say, boy, look how much it means to that kid to play for Tennessee. I mean, how much pride he plays with and how hard he plays. And he's a classic example of somebody, and we've all done it. We've all been there. I'm raising my hand right now. Who've done dumb or stupid things in our past, and we have not let those things define us. Mm-hmm. Okay? Everybody knows about, you mentioned the Instagram tirade, and I don't know how old he was when that happened. Was he about 18 or 19?
He was it was after his, sophomore?
It was after his junior year.
Yeah, junior year.
So 19, 20, whatever. He was still, I just thank the Lord every day that there wasn't Instagram or Twitter or camera phones when I was going through college. But listen, I'm not condoning what he said or did. It was awful, okay? But he's come back from it. He hasn't let that define him, and he's played hard, and he's played with pride. He's represented the university on the field in such a, in the kind of way you want your guys to play. And again, I think people look at Jawan Jennings, whether you're a Tennessee fan, whether you went to school there, whether you're just a football fan, and you appreciate the game, just the sport, and say that kid plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. He practices the way you're supposed to practice. And Jeremy said it best the other day. It's permeated. When you have that type of player, Al Wilson was the same way. And I'm not saying he's Al Wilson, but you go back through and you ask me to think of players, but those types of players have a way of their passion and their pride and the way they get after it, that permeates football teams. And I think that's what's happening now with Jawan and this football team.
Chris Lowe, ESPN here in the Swain event. ESPN.com, Dan Murphy, the NCAA's top decision makers. They voted Tuesday to start the process of modifying its rule to allow college athletes to profit from their names, images, and likeness, quote, in a manner consistent with the collegiate model. Chris, what does that even mean?
You tell me.
What?
It's typical NCAA verbiage. What this means is, essentially, okay, we know we got to do something. All right, lawmakers are involved. We can't keep kicking that can down the street. We got to do something. How long is it going to take them to do it? Are they going to look into it? We're looking. I still think it's before you ever really see any movement in this or some real progress as far as kids getting some money based on likeness, image. I don't know when that is, but they're going to at least, because they've been backed into a corner, Swain, going to at least try to come up with some model to compensate kids if they can profit on, jersey sales or names or likeness or image, that kind of thing. And the tricky part, they say they want to keep it consistent with the collegiate model. Come on. If we go down this road, good and well that if there's some, just trying to come with it, there's some guy who's got this awesome, unbelievably successful car lot in Southern California and says, hey, man, and the coaches are telling this kid they're recruiting this great quarterback, hey, come here, this guy's going to put you on all his commercials. That it's going to be used in recruiting. And I've already seen where the NCAA doesn't want it to become part of the recruiting process. Hello.
It's going to happen.
Besides, that kind of thing's already happening.
It's already happening.
Table. Hey, you come here, we got this guy that got this successful business, he puts your dad to work. And for those of us who think it's not happening, get your head out of the sand, because it is. Well, this is just going to be above board. Now, how they do this and keep it, quote unquote, consistent with the collegiate model, I don't know, but it's just another step. I don't know how big a step. It is a big step, but I don't think it means by any stretch of the imagination that, say, this coming college basketball season, we're going to see kids pull in some coin because they're promoting some product or their jerseys are being sold, etc.
There seems to be like a hard line in between folks who are all on board with this. Fans are like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Let them get paid off their name. Cool. And then there's a line between those group of people and the people who are like, no, I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch it because it's not going to be college sports. It's going to be professional sports. And why people care so much that this rule is kind of that we're looking at this rule and it's going to be implemented, and the players who are worthy of being paid off their likeness, they will get compensated. But why do people care so much, where it bothers them so much that a few players will be paid off their likeness? I don't get that.
Yeah, I think some people sort of fallen in love with I don't want to say the fallacy, but the whole narrative that it's these guys and gals are playing for the love of the game, and that's it's just as I used to kid my friends, it's just an extracurricular activity. it could have been an extracurricular activity a long time ago.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I'm a little bit. I have a little bit more apprehension about it than maybe some in the media, because I know once we go down this road, much like the playoff in college football, things are going to change. When we went down the playoff road in college football, basically what it did is it made everything geared toward the playoff. Everything else, the bowl games, even in some respects the regular season, don't mean as much. Now at least we have a playoff, because some people don't like the playoff now because they think that's biased. When we go down this road, it is going to become a part of recruiting. Kids are going to start, the top quarterbacks at 16 or 17, they're going to start getting agents. It is going to become more professionalized. There are going to be unintended consequences, which there always are, Swain, when you do these things that we don't see coming. Case in point, when they put in the redshirt rule, everybody thought, well, that's great. You get to play kids that aren't ready a couple games. Well, every coach I've talked to, nobody discussed the fact that, also you're going to have veterans who decide 3 games in that, you know what, I don't like this team. This team stinks. I'm going to sit out and go somewhere else, or I'm going to sit out and try to play next year. There's always those types of things when you go down new paths, you put in new rules. I think in theory, these kids absolutely, who can get it, deserve to get a piece of the pie if they can do it with their name or likeness or image. I mean, we're far, far past that. And it's, again, the NCAA has just been kicking that can down the road for way, way too long. I don't have all the answers to how to do it, what type of provisions to put in to keep it from getting completely out of control. Some people may say it's already out of control, but we're headed there. We're going to get there. Is it going to be in a year or 2 years before you start seeing guys doing commercials for this car lot or this business, or a guy, showing up at this collectible store and signing his shirt or his jersey, you know what I mean, for so much money an hour? I don't know when that's coming, but it's coming. It's coming.
I mean, I think you said it, Chris. There's this fallacy that some of these things that people are afraid of, that's not already happening. I mean, it's like watching some of these food documentaries, and once you watch it, it changes your whole view on food, and where you get it from, what to consume, what not to consume. And I'm just here to tell you, folks, there's players that already have their agents already. There's players already that they've identified who their agents are. They may be getting some money already under the table. No one knows about it. There's nothing you can do about it. There's players who are recruited that, they're going to have cars when they go to school as true freshmen. They're giving cars. They're going to have a stack of cash. There's players getting money in school before they get to school. It's already happening. So folks just need to wake up and open their eyes up a little bit, understand that it's already going on, and it may change a little bit, but it's not like it's going from 0 to 100.
No, and and there's a lot of. I have had someone ask me last night. Fair question. Are these kids going to start paying taxes? On the money that they earn? Yeah, I guess so. Right?
Yeah, yes, so. I guess I need to start an accounting business. So I can get my piece of the pie of these rule changes.
The difference would be, I think you're going to start seeing kids now at 17 before they ever get to college that have agents, like the top quarterbacks. They're going to start. Those guys are going to have agents. They're going to have the agents, jostling to get in position to get, the top quarterback in Southern California, or the top quarterback down in South Florida, at 16 and 17. Guys that that already have been pinpointed as being one of the top players at that position in the country. That will change a little bit. And again, I don't know what it's going to look like 5 years from now. I don't think anybody does. And I think there's some people that are a little scared to think about what it might look like. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, because I think that we were going to get to this point at some point. It took lawmakers in California and Florida to really sort of push the NCAA to this point, because they never were going to get there on their own. But it's been pretty historic to think that all the money that's been generated in college football and college basketball, that the reason that the TV networks and fans are paying outrageous prices to come see are the players. Well, we live in a capitalistic society, and granted, they're taken care of in college. Don't get me wrong. There's no dollar that's spared to take care of the big time college athletes. The facilities, the amenities they have.
You're supposed to take care of them.
Scholarship. But when you look at the money being generated, it only makes sense, that they get a little piece of that pie.
Well, this whole thing, like, they're taken care of. Well, you're supposed to take care of your thoroughbred horses, right? If you're
right. No, I'm not saying it's
yeah.
It's not like that they're slumming it,
Well, Chris, you just mentioned a little bit ago that the transfer portal changes and how there's been some consequences that probably wasn't talked about, wasn't thought about when they made that rule. Well, how about the big-time TV contracts and these outrageous coaching salaries that changed over the last 10 years? We wasn't talking about players making money off their likeness and things like that until you start seeing increase in everyone getting paid around the players except for the players. This conversation,
right, and I think that's what's happened.
Yeah,
players have become more empowered, and you see some of the lawsuits out there that are trying to push the envelope, and they realize they see the money that's being generated, what coaches are making, the amount of some of these TV contracts, and they're like, wait a minute, where's mine?
Exactly.
I get that. Now, one of the differences, if you're a coach, you're an employee, and you could be fired tomorrow, the next day. And it's not necessarily the case as a student athlete. But I think there's a lot of smart people out there, Swain, that can figure out a way to do this without completely making it, just the B league for professional football, or professional basketball, making it just completely professionalized. And you mentioned the portal. Don't think for a minute now that once we go down this road that someone's going to say, hey, I know that you got this advertising deal at this school. Hey, you come to our school, and we'll be able to triple that. You don't think those kind of things won't happen. Again, those are the kind of things that, again, when you go down these roads, there's always going to be things, just like you mentioned a minute ago, that 5 years ago we probably didn't see. We don't see 5 years from now. And I guess that's why I say I know there's a lot of smart people out there. And those are the kind of things you got to anticipate, when you put in this model.
Chris, if you were part of the decision-making at Dead End Barbecue, which Tennessee football player and Tennessee basketball player are you picking to be on your commercials? Is it as simple as Jawan Jennings and Lamonte Turner?
Well, actually, neither one of those. I go with a former player. Number one in your heart, number one on the field, Jason Swain.
I mean, it's no problem. I don't have any eligibility left, so that's easy. No one's paying attention to that at all.
But you know what, Ben? You asked that. How often is it going to happen that some other kid on the some kid on the team is going to be jealous because player X and player Y are getting better deals than he is, and he shuts it down? And maybe that's already happening. Maybe he said, "Hey, the Booster X, Booster Y are paying this guy this much money, and I'm not." But it's all going to be out there for everybody to see now.
Sounds so again,
we're just off the cuff. We're just talking, but there's a lot of things like that, and that's why I think when you hear the NCAA say we want to do this and keep it consistent with the collegiate model, and not have it be a part of recruiting inducements, I don't know if there's any way to do that.
Yeah, there's not. Everything is about recruiting, Chris. Everything.
You got that right, brother.
Everything. You can decide to cut your grass and use it for recruiting. Hey, look, we just cut our grass here in Tennessee. The other schools, they ain't cut their grass today. I mean, everything is used for recruiting.
Here's a great example of that. I can't tell you how many ADs and coaches from around the SEC that I've heard complaining about the Alabama Lights show because of how quote unquote distracting it is during the game, but how awesome it is and how recruits love that, and 16 and 17-inch-year-old kids love that. We got to find a way to do that.
Yeah. Everything is about recruiting. Everything. So I don't know how they're going to do it, Chris. Anyways, LSU, number 1, Alabama, number 2. Next week, setting up for the showdown of the season between those two programs. And, Chris, man, from what you've heard, how do you think Tua will be able to come back and actually play in that game and contribute in that game?
Well, I think the plan is certainly for him to come back and play. I don't know that he'll be 100%. I also don't think the swelling in the ankle in the recovery is going to be quite as severe as it was last year. And also the other thing to keep in mind, this time, I think this is right. Last year it was his plant ankle. This year it's not his plant ankle, throwing the football since he's left-handed. Mm-hmm. That helps. Now, would he be 80%? Will he be 90%? Will he? I don't know. I don't think he'll be 100%. But I think certainly the plan is for him to come back and play. He's a tough guy. He's also not dealing with a sprained knee. Remember last year when he came back for the Oklahoma game, he had that sprained knee he was dealing with and the ankle. So I think that helps. But they're going to need him close to 100% to win the game. The game's in Tuscaloosa. I think Auburn a little bit, maybe Auburn's better defensively than Alabama, first of all, okay? Mm-hmm. But Auburn, I think, maybe showed a little bit of the blueprint of how to play LSU, because defensively, I don't know that you can play and have a better game plan against those guys than Auburn did. Now, I don't see Marlon Davidson and Derek Brown on Alabama's front. Alabama's also thin at linebacker, but they're still pretty good. And it seems like they're getting better defensively. Alabama is. It's going to be a great game. I don't think we'll see a 9-6 game like we did in 2011 when these two teams met as number one and number two. Something tells me the offenses have evolved a little bit since then. And I bet you it comes down to, this is what I bet it comes down to, is which offensive line can do the best job of protecting their guy and letting him spread the ball around and get it to the receivers, because Alabama's receivers are better. They've got 4 better ones, but LSU's are pretty darn good too.
The world's largest outdoor cocktail party is this weekend.
Ben.
I'm sorry.
Don't call it that, Ben.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Chris, are you going, and who do you like in this one?
No, I'm not going, but I've been. And it is, let me just say this, it is appropriately named. That robbery is appropriately named. I've gone back and forth on this one because Georgia's one of those teams, and when they lost to South Carolina at home, a lot of people just sort of cast them, kicked the curb. Florida's going to be healthy, and that's probably the reason I think they're going to win, is they get 2 of their key defenders back. Grenard and Zuniga are both defensive linemen, both linemen who can rush the passer. And I think having those guys back, Kadarius Toney, maybe one of the Gators' most explosive offensive guys, is going to be back for this game. So it looks like Florida might be getting healthy at just the right time. And that's why I think if I had to pick right now, I would probably go Gators.
Yeah, that's where I probably would go to. I'll probably go Gators.
Chris, real quick, what do you know about Bill Clark and UAB?
Well, I know Bill Clark's done a terrific job with that program. From being shut down to coming back and being as competitive as they've been. This is one of those games. I can't tell you specifically about the team. I know a little bit about them. But I'll say this, Ben. This is one of those games for Tennessee. I told my dad this past weekend. Coming off such a big emotional win, they really need to be careful. I mean, and I bet you, I haven't been to practice, I bet you Jeremy's been on them like crazy this week. Because this is one, if you ease off just a little bit against this team, who certainly, if you don't play clean football and play well, they can beat you, then everything you've done just goes down the drain. So I think this is a dangerous game for Tennessee. I think the fact that it's at night and there's a lot of momentum around the program helps Tennessee. I think the crowd will be great again. But Tennessee needs to play clean, and they need to be ready to play. They certainly don't in any way, shape, or form think they're just going to roll in there and play okay and win, because UAB is good enough to beat them if that's the case.
Yeah, I think we learned a lesson on that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would hope after the disaster against Georgia State to start the season.
Yeah, we only can hope, man. You just never know.
And in Georgia State, let's give Sean Elliott credit. They've gone on to have a good year. They're 6-2.
Yeah.
He's that's again a game Tennessee shouldn't lose. But Sean Elliott's done a terrific job there in Atlanta with that program, and really a team that sort of plays in a vacuum. Nobody really knows, about Georgia State football, but they've developed kids and coached their rear ends off, and he's done an excellent job there with that Georgia State program. And they've built, to their credit, they've built off of that Tennessee win.
6-2 and 3-1 in conference play.
Yeah, they're going to be building a lot off the Tennessee win with that big old paycheck they got.
They've won 4 in a row, including a win over Army.
Hey, next time you talk to Coach Fulmer, and I promise to do the same, make sure he schedules Georgia State as soon as possible. Next time you see him, you hey, Coach, did you schedule Georgia State? Have you scheduled them for next year or the year after that? Like, come on.
You
now.
know, you look at. I'm glad you said that, Swain. You look at some of the games that Tennessee has scheduled against non-conference opponents over the years, and I'm not blaming anybody, but they're exactly the kinds of games and teams you don't want to play. You never want to play Appalachian State.
No.
You never want to play Georgia State. You never want to play UAB because all those teams are good enough to beat you. But if you beat them, so what? I'd rather play New Mexico State. And I know it's hard. It's hard to schedule, and I'm getting out over my skis here. It's hard to schedule non-conference games, you know, and you got to pay a ton of money to get those teams to come play you. But those are the teams: the Georgia States, the Appalachian States, the UABs. Those are the teams I absolutely don't want any part of.
Yeah. Or you just not worry about it and just use all those 4 or 5-star players you have and just play better and win.
Well, that's exactly right. That's
that.
the other side of it.
You could just do that.
Play like you're capable of playing.
Exactly.
And don't worry about who you're playing, but how you play it. That seems to work pretty well. It seems to work pretty well for the team in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, whatever.
How about, and I know we're getting long, how about, and I have a hard time having covered ball for 30-plus years now processing this.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama's beaten 89 straight unranked teams. 89 straight. And for all the championships he's won, Saban, and everything they've done down there, to me that might be as impressive as anything, to have that kind of consistency. And it's because of what we're just talking about. He never, ever, ever, ever lets him breathe. He's constantly got his thumb to him. They're constantly worrying about what they're doing that week and not, you know, what's going to happen that weekend. And that's why he's, in my opinion, still the best. But that's a lot. I mean, you never lose to somebody you're not supposed to lose to. That is, in this day and age in college football, because upsets define college football, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as I say that, they're going to lose to somebody this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's happening next week, but they won't be against an unranked team probably for a while. Almost happened last week though. Almost, kind of.
Well, think about it. Tennessee's had a chance twice now to do it when Lane was there in 2009, because that streak goes back to 2007, his first year, Saban's first year.
Yep.
But you know, Lane had him on the ropes and what was that, 2009?
2009.
And of course Tennessee, you know, having a chance to make it a one-score game. So, you know, not that they haven't been close over the years, but they just seem to find a way to win those games that they're supposed to win. And that's, I looked this up. I mean, during that same span, I think Clemson's lost to like 8 or 9 unranked teams. Ohio State 9. I think Southern Cal and Michigan like 20-something. That sort of puts in perspective of just how amazing that consistency is against teams. Again, being ranked and not ranked, not the end all, because sometimes it changes when you get to the end of the season. But that kind of consistency, to me, is what sort of sets them apart.
Well, Chris, always appreciate the time, man. Good stuff as always.
Always a pleasure, man. I got to go there and see the Swain girls. I got some Halloween candy.
Hey, man, as long as it's not candy corn, you're more than welcome
to
give them corn.
It's
or give
something
them
that they've
candy.
asked for. It's not candy corn.
No, okay, good. Just want to make sure. Candy
So
corn
you
is
let me know when the
banned.
Swain girls are ready, and I got some candy I'm going to deliver to them.
All right, sounds good, my friend.
All right, see you guys. See you, Ben.
See ya.
Chris Lowe, ESPN here in the Swain event. His time is brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine and trsportsmedicine.com. If you are suffering from ligament pain, joint pain, surgery does not have to be the final answer for you. Call Dr. Michael Carlson, Cheryl over there at Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. They do an unbelievable job. I have had a couple visits over there where I've gotten work done on a knee, on an ankle, my right ankle, and I have felt the relief of PRP, prototherapy, stem cell replacement. They do it all, and they do it right. They do it the right way. They just don't come into town and do a procedure and just leave town like some of the other companies that you see out here. No, they live in Knoxville, so doing it the right way is the only way for Dr. Michael Carlson, Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. Please go to their website and check out their work. If you have pain, don't ignore it. when you have physical pain, it impacts your mood so much. It affects your mood so much. It affects your happiness. So get that fixed. Get that corrected. trsportsmedicine.com. Hour 2 here, the Swain event is brought to you by Alumni Hall and Alumni Hall. Again, big thanks to Chris Lowe for joining us as he does every Wednesday. Tennessee, UAB this weekend. And then you have Kentucky the week after that. You have a bye week, Missouri, and then you close it out with Vanderbilt. Man, only 4 games left.
5 games
in the
left.
regular season.
They're going 4-0. They're going to win the bowl game, and we're going to win 8 games, just like we all predicted before the season.
Yeah, only 4 games left in the regular season. Only 2 more home games.
Only 2 more times to watch Jawan Jennings wear orange. That is sad.
What about the third time, bowl game? Forgot about that.
What if they were white?
Wait, you'll be trying to correct me. You better correct your damn self, Ben.
Because they may not wear orange in the bowl game.
But they might. so correct yourself.
Well, I guess technically it's a 33.3% chance. Because technically they have a third jersey option that they just never wear them.
They don't have a third jersey option.
Not under Coach Fulmer.
You think they have a third jersey option. They have 2 jersey options as long as Coach Fulmer's AD. But two home games left. This weekend and the last week in November. And if you are not going, if you are not going to the game, please reach out to Tony Basilio, TonyBasilio.com, and donate your tickets to him so that way he can use those tickets to give them to kids that never get a chance to go to football games because they're priced out. They're priced out. They don't get a chance to go for whatever reason. Maybe because they're priced out, they just can't go, whatever. But give them an opportunity to be able to go to a football game. You know, we need our generation of Vols. We need them. And don't just not use your tickets. Don't just throw them away. Don't just sell them. But give them to Tony Basilio and let him do some good things. He's been doing it for years. Let him continue to do that by giving those tickets to our youth. We'll take a look at the text box to start hour number 3. We haven't got a chance to get to it yet this show, but we'll spend the first segment of the third hour catching up on the text box and taking your phone calls as well. 865-255-03. That is the number to the B Dry Waterproofing Hotline. 2 more home games. 2 more. UAB, 7 p.m. And then the 30th of November against Vanderbilt. Kentucky, Missouri in between on the road. Hour 3 is coming up around the corner. Stay with us. Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
In debt? In too deep? Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union says, stop treading water and get out of the deep end. If you've got debt, make a splash and come get some cash. If Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union can refinance your car, boat, camper, motorcycle, credit cards, personal or home loan, they'll pay you up to $500. So come take the plunge right now. Refinance your loans. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union will pay you. 5 convenient locations. Visit atfcu.com. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
Welcome back to the Swain event, hour 3 here of the program that is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Thanks for making the Swain event part of your morning on a rainy Wednesday here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was showing off my acting skills last night in the Swain household. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow, and I was pretending like I was disappointed they wouldn't trick or treat. Oh man, it's gonna be raining tomorrow. Sorry, kids, we can't trick or treat like we could, because it's gonna be raining all day. Darn, that's just too bad.
Y'all are trick or treating tonight?
Tomorrow's Halloween. It's supposed to rain tomorrow too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It was only supposed to rain today.
No, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, today and tomorrow. So,
were they sad?
Huh?
Were they sad?
No, they don't care.
They don't care about trick or treating?
No, not really. they don't care at all. They don't care. So, we good, man. But I'm saying that now, and then tomorrow they might get sad that we're not trick or treating. But
do they have costumes picked out?
Yes and no. No, we didn't do the whole go get a costume, buy a costume. We're gonna do a kind of like a theme, and we have some of those things. So that's what we're gonna do. But since it's raining, hey, we don't have to do it. I mean, darn man, we don't get to do it. We don't get to do it. That's just too bad. Yeah, tweet Tony Basilio if you can. I'm trying to go and pull up the post where he gives you the information about where you can send those tickets or how to contact him. But doing it and talking at the same time, not easy. So we'll get you information in a minute. Jonathan says, we appear to only have 16 recruiting commitments. What is the limit each year? Do you think we have any major gaps based on the current commitments? And should we be worried about the lack of high 4 and 5-star players? The limit is 25. The limit every year in the SEC is 25. That is the SEC rule. 25, 25, 25. Say it to yourself 10 times. 25, 25, 25. Now, there are some things that you can do if you want to bring in more, but it's going to affect you the next year. So you can do blue shirt and all this gray shirt and all that stuff and back count, but it's all it's going to do is hurt you moving forward. So like 2014, Tennessee took 32 players. Well, the next year you were not able to take the same amount, and if I don't know how many we took the 15 class, but if you keep kicking that can down the road, eventually it's going to bite you in the butt. So you want to stay as close as 25 as you can, because you don't want to be in a situation where one year you got to only take 20 and you may need 25. So 25 is the number. Now, the scholarship number is 85. Tennessee has been able to kind of gain some more numbers to use in recruiting because you've had guys retire medically for health reasons. You've had Devontae Brooks. You've had
Chance
Hall, who I saw on the sideline.
Yep, Ray Rollerson.
Yeah, the Ray.
There's another offensive lineman from the Bush Jones era. That's
Jack Jones.
No, I think it's Ray. In his last name Rollerson.
Yeah, Ray Rollerson.
Yeah, he's on the sideline.
He from Florida, Tampa, Florida. I think Gillespie recruited him.
Yeah, I think he is the other one. I don't know. There's another former Tennessee offensive lineman that's kind of helping out, like Chance Hall is doing.
Ray Rollerson. Make sure he is from Florida.
He is from Tampa.
Oh, look at that. Boom.
But apparently he plays for West Virginia.
So it's not him.
Not him. I don't know who I'm thinking of.
Maybe it's Chance Hall.
No, there's another
maybe it's
one.
Jack Jones. Excuse me.
If I'm being honest, it's a tall white guy. I'm looking right at his face. I can't think of his name.
Tall white guy. Huh. Yeah, Ben. I don't know how we're going to figure that one out.
I know. Great description, right?
DR Vol says, I'm upset. Tanner Antonui. There it is with the back. It's Tanner, man.
It doesn't look like Tanner in what I'm
it's
envisioning.
Tanner.
Maybe it is. When I go to practice today, I'll do a double check and I'll report back tomorrow.
Yeah. DR Vol says, I'm upset at the rain. How else do I stock up on Halloween Reese's without buying them?
You can't.
You better buy them.
You better buy them.
Or you better get a poncho or a raincoat or umbrella. That's what you better do. Lack of 4 and 5 stars. Is it concerning? We are in the month of technically we're around the corner from November, which means we will be a month and a half from early signing period. Is it fair to be concerned over the lack of 4 and 5 stars? If 4 and 5 stars are mean that much to you, then yeah. Jay Hardy is a 4-star, and he's set to announce in a little bit. Tennessee's in a good position for him. You got some other 4-star linemen in the state of Tennessee that Tennessee's in a really good position for. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the position that Tennessee's in with Raheem Jarrett's not concerning. You had a chance to really flip him from LSU a couple months ago, and I don't think Tennessee may have a chance to get him now. I think it might be LSU-Alabama battle for Raheem Jarrett. So is it concerning? I'm not going to sit here and say it's not. I mean, Tennessee is, 3 and 5. We're struggling. We're fighting to win games, and you got to win if you're going to attract some of these players. So that's why the eval is so important. That's why, Pruitt's first year, it stunk because I understood what he was trying to do. If you're going to beat Alabama, if you're going to beat Georgia, you got to recruit against them and get some of those players.
Mm-hmm.
But you are not in the position to out-recruit them right now. So what you have to do is the Rick Barnes method. You got to take some guys who you may not want at first glance. They may be a little bit down on your board, but you take them, you develop them. You go and you beat Missouri and Vanderbilt and Kentucky and South Carolina. You out-coach those guys, and you're winning games and competing like you did against Alabama. Okay, now you are in a position to win some of those battles more than you did in Pruitt's first year. So, yeah, I'm always concerned when it comes to recruiting against the big dogs. But am I freaking out? No, I'm not freaking out. At the end of the day, you still got Brian Niedermeyer. You got T. Martin. We know what we have to do. We got to recruit the guys that we're going to recruit, and we got to develop them. We got to win. We got to beat the teams we just mentioned, the Missouris, the South Carolinas, the Vanderbilts, Kentucky consistently, and then, you kind of move on to the next group. So I'm not freaking out, but, yeah, I'm always concerned when we're about a month and a half away from early signing period and, we've had a decommitment. But I think Tennessee's going to pick up some steam here in the next couple of weeks.
It's concerning, but in my opinion, it's also understandable. It's in the sense of it's not something that I'm going to rake Jeremy Pruitt over the coals for. I think it's just unfortunately the current state of Tennessee football. Tennessee is used to going out there every recruiting class and landing 4-star after 4-star, 5-star after 5-star. Back when you were playing, and in the early 2010s, teens, whatever we're calling that decade that we're currently in. What are we calling that? What is that classified as? Like it was
tens.
The tens. Is that what it's called? The early tens. And then Butch had some success there, but I've said it 1,000 times. Pruitt has to follow the same model Rick Barnes followed. You have to kind of make sure you hit on your evals, like you were saying, win with those guys, and then once the winning comes, then the 4- and 5-star guys are going to come.
Yeah, you got Crouch, you got Toto, you won some of those battles. Darnell Wright and Wanya Morris, those are 4 guys you beat programs that are in better shape than you. You beat those guys 4, and hopefully you do it again this year, and then you do just more of it as we move along. So was that player Nathan Niehaus that retired?
Yes.
All right, so there it is, Nathan Niehaus. You know it's sad when we name like 3 or 4 people who medically retired, and it's still not the right one. That means we've had a lot of guys medically retire, which makes Will Friend's job even more that impressive. Vol in Florida says, how much eligibility does Brandon Kennedy have left? Does Ojolari's decommitment mean we go harder after Reggie Grimes? This is Brandon Kennedy's last year. He's a senior, but they could, and I'm pretty sure they will, try to get a waiver for a 6th year.
He was asked about it yesterday, and you can probably guess what his answer was.
He wants a 6th year?
Nope. I'm focused on the season, and when the season comes to an end, I'll have a better picture of what my future holds.
That was
to
on
make a decision.
That was on the record?
Yes, that was I think somebody asked him yesterday during the media availability.
Yeah. Off the record, it is, heck yeah, I want my 6th year.
Yeah. It'd be huge for Tennessee. He's played awesome football this year, especially as the season has went along.
I think he should get it. I think he should get the 6th year. I mean, he's a guy that got hurt after the first game in practice, barely played. So I think he should get a 6th year. And as far as the decommitment to for Ojolari, meaning that we go hard after Reggie Grimes, I don't think Tennessee is like really trying to put the full court press on Reggie Grimes, if you're kind of reading between the lines there.
Yeah. Alabama does not want him, and his dad played at Alabama.
Yeah. Tennessee, and this goes back to the eval now. You look at his rating, and his rating would look good for Tennessee if Tennessee got him. But, guys, it ain't just about the rating. Sometimes you take a kid who is not rated high, but you feel like he's a championship caliber player, and then you pass on guys who do have a high rating, and you don't feel like they're a championship caliber player. And Tennessee is not going to pursue him as hard as they probably could.
So. As hard as the ranking would indicate that Tennessee needed to.
Yeah. DR Vol says, if y'all are playing a game of who can name the most undersized white guy lineman, Swain, I think you're up by 2. You in a brand new car.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about Coleman Thomas?
All right. Chainsaw count?
Well, he's not white.
I'm going to keep undersized.
Matt Crowder. Take that one.
He wasn't undersized. What is it? He's a big old boy.
I almost said something I shouldn't have. He was short.
True. He counts.
He's like as tall as Butch Jones.
You're right. He's short. He wasn't that short, but he was short.
What about Riley Locklear?
Oh, man. Oh, you're up by 2 now. Dang it. Sorry, I'm not good in this area.
Well, if you were up by 2 and I just named 3, that would actually put me up by 1.
I thought you named 4. I don't have any more. I don't think I got Devontae Brooks. Can he count twice?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the text box. A lot of stuff here. Oh, let me go to the phones.
We got Tony in Kingsport.
Tony in Kingsport. Let's go.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hey, I got a question for you. Now, first a statement and then a question. Like, I was sitting here thinking while you were talking about the recruiting and everything, it's actually pretty easy for these five-star guys to go to Alabama, LSU, places like that where they're, ranked high. They got, good offenses, good defenses, things like that. But it takes a very special person to come to, like, Tennessee and build a program. These other programs are established.
I like that.
So whether they go like the kid that just committed to LSU, I'm not even going to try to butcher his name, but even though he's going to LSU, that's just going to leave a spot for someone who's got more desire to be at Tennessee, and those are the guys I want. Those are the guys I want to see on the field producing. And a lot of the thoughts that reasons they go, they're looking at the record right now. But what's the record going to be when they hit junior, senior? Tennessee's growing. I see Tennessee back in the top 25, and I see us going to be able to compete for the SEC East and also the championship in the next 2 or 3 years. That's my feeling on that.
I think Pruitt need to hire you, man, to work in the recruiting office. That was good.
You and Andy.
Yeah, man, you can work right next to Andy. Put your cubicle right next to Andy's, man.
If it gets me out of this desk job, I would.
Hey, you'll be in a desk job, but it'll just be Tennessee recruiting job. That was a really good pitch. And I understand exactly what you're saying. I don't blame a kid. Not saying that you said this, but I don't blame a kid for wanting to go to LSU right now and wanting to go to the hot schools. Because I was a recruit and I had guys around me that was going to the Ohio States and to the Oklahomas and to the hot schools, the Miamis at the time. And Tennessee was 1 year removed from competing for a national championship there in 2001. That team was right there in the mix. And then 2002, it was just terrible. And I didn't look at 2002 as a season where it kept me away at all. And yeah, it does take a special type of young man to not just look at the wins and losses, even though you don't blame them for doing that, and pick a school for the things that matter to them. And it can't just be about winning. It can't just be about winning. Winning cannot be the only criteria that you use to pick a school. It has to be more than that. And the winning just adds, kind of solidifies your decision. But Tennessee has a lot to offer. The brutal truth is that a lot of schools in the SEC have a lot to offer. They have great facilities. They have rich tradition. They have awesome fan base. So Tennessee needs to find the things here and there that really strike a chord with the young recruit the first time they talk to them. Find out what motivates them. Find them what drives them, and then use that to play off them.
Hey, young man, would you like to be the spokesperson for Beatty Chevrolet? Hey, Rakeem Jarrett, how about a sponsorship with Dead End Barbecue?
Hey, you got to do whatever you got to do, man. Recruiting is ruthless. It is brutal, and it is 365 days a year. It is 7 days a week. It is all day, every day. All day, every day in this conference. And that's why coaches, some of them who have a chance to come to this league, they say no thank you, because it will chew you up and spit you out. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare. Stay with us.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team. Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health, and most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Oh, Ben, you don't know nothing about this, man. Bad Boy, back in the 90s. That's how I used to dance. P. Diddy and them. That's how Puff Daddy dances. Like what's the inflatable crazy arm thing that's in the car lot?
Exactly what you look like right
now. More money, more problems. Student athletes, understand something. You may be getting paid here soon, but more money, more problems. So you better make sure you get you a tax man called Swain Associates. We ain't not in business yet, but we will be by the time this is implemented. And I can see it now. Some players being suspended because they went the Wesley Snipes route. Got themselves in some trouble. Pay your taxes, athletes. You get this money. Make sure you take care of business. More money, more problems. And more cousins. More money, more problems. My cousin's on the Chevy commercial. That's my cousin. I saw him on the new commercial. His jersey is in a store. That's my cousin. Hey man, can I borrow $20? It's happening. Don't worry, it's coming. More money, more problems. All right, I'm tired now. All right, Ben. I got an undersized white lineman for you. I got two, which should count as like 4 or 5.
It doesn't count if somebody had to text you these players.
Never mind then. Who got in the B job?
I need to know which players they are though.
Corey and Cody Sullins, Sullen twins, walk on, and they were undersized, but they held their own, and they battled 2009, Lane Kiffin's year here when they had a chance to beat Alabama. So
I got one for you.
See, I could have lied and said it wasn't a text message, but I don't believe in doing that, man. I just tell the truth. So don't count then.
We got Buck Nasty.
Let's get to Buck Nasty. Buck Nasty, good morning.
What's going on, Swain-O?
What's up, man?
Man, I got a couple different things I want to speak on today.
All right, preach.
First thing y'all brought up earlier is doing things you see on TV when you was a kid.
But Nancy, be careful.
I got kicked off a school bus for illegal use of sign language thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
Sure did. Hit him with a double bird, and then I crashed my juice boxes together and hammered them right there and threw them at the bus, and I got kicked off for a week.
Yeah.
My mama was pissed.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Did you say, because Butt Nancy said so, when I asked you why you did it?
No. I pretty much blamed it all on Stone Cold in my parenting.
Yeah.
Whenever I got called in office.
Yeah, that's a good go-to. Scapegoat. All Stone Cold's fault and my parents.
That's right. And then they lit my britches up something serious.
You can't throw your parents under the bus.
Yeah, I know. That backfired tremendously. I didn't really think that went through. But heck, I was 8 years old.
I understand.
Other thing I wanted to speak on was Devontae yesterday. I think he said something about he didn't understand how I had a $115 bar tab pregame, and that he would like to come out with me sometime.
Okay.
I think Cat Williams had a pretty good special one time on why not to do that.
What was said, man? I've listened to so much Cat.
Cat Williams talked about going out drinking with your white buddies.
Oh yeah, yeah, Devontae. I don't know if you're ready for that, but I don't know, man. Devontae's ready. He said he drank a fifth of tequila straight before the game the other day. So I mean, he might be right next to you in the Alcohol Anonymous meetings.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what Cat said. You know, black folks, they have one drink. That's their drink. That's all that they state. They know how to handle that drink. But when you get in the voodoo buckets and whatnot and what have you, it'll get your britches in a hurry.
No, you right about that now. I've had my fair share of drinking sessions with my white friends. It's a whole nother ball game.
In all seriousness, though, I'd like to shout out and say I'm praying for his mama, and I'm hoping for a speedy recovery for her.
Absolutely.
And my third point, Swain, is that I got a serious side here on this one, is Tennessee generally as a state, we're behind times on everything. Mm-hmm. We're just a little behind on technology, passing laws, bills, this, that, and another. And that's not a bad thing, and it's not always a good thing, you know. But with the NCAA saying what they said yesterday, we can't afford to be behind times. Philip Former needs to be out right now finding the most creative ways he can, talking to these business owners, boosters, people at Tennessee with money. We're a top 10 program annually in money spent, and it's going to cost that much more now to get elite athletes here on our campus, and we really need to come up with a bunch of different creative ways and be ahead of the curve on this thing. And you know, you and Chris mentioned and Ben, you know, about recruits getting cars and maybe doing promos that do. We're going to have to look a little farther past that, because that's what everybody's going to do.
That's
and Knoxville as a city isn't as big as Atlanta, Georgia. It isn't as big as Dallas, Texas, or places, you know, ain't nobody going to compete with that oil money out there in Texas. No way.
No.
So we're going to have to get real creative in figuring out what we're going to do to get the edge in recruiting. And I'll hang up and listen to what you guys got to say on that.
Yeah, to deny or not think that recruiting is not going to be affected a little bit by you know, this change. I mean, just kind of crazy, because it's all about recruiting college football, and you know, I only thing I care about is Tennessee being better and winning. So whatever rule change can benefit Tennessee, I'm all for it. And I understand that it's going to be a big change for a lot of people, and it's going to take a lot of adjustment for a lot of people. I don't know what it's going to look like at the end. I don't. I just know that NCAA didn't have a choice but to do what they did. They don't get any credit for me. They don't get a pat on the back. You're just trying to save face and make it look like you're still in control. because the lawmakers were coming anyways, and they're going to change the rule regardless. But I'm not going to sit here and say the players should be paid to play football. I'm not one who is on that train because I think there's value in the grind. There's value in the hustle. But you can't tell me that it's not weird to see your jersey in a store and then you not make any money off of it whatsoever. That's just weird to me. And I don't care about things being fair. I was on football teams where guys got more interviews, guys got more recognition, guys who played better, who was better, they get more. It's just the way it is. And that's life. So why are we trying to not prepare these young men and ladies for life? That's life. If you ain't putting in the work at your job and you work commission, you're not going to make as much money as a guy who's hustling or the lady who's hustling. That's just the way it is. So instead of complaining about not being fair, how about you get your butt up and get to work? That's the way it works. Learn that lesson real young. And this whole thing about free education, what you talking about? Who raised you? Because the man who raised me let me know early that it ain't nothing in life free. Nothing. There's a price for everything. There's no such thing as free education or a free ride. You may think something is free. You may think someone's giving you something, but there's strings attached, even when it may seem like it's free. If I give you $10, I say, hey, man, here's $10. Free. Cool. That doesn't mean it's free. It could be strings attached. And education's not free. There's a contract. I'm giving you my services as an athlete to help you win football games. I'm giving you my body, my mind, my spirit. And in return, you're giving me an education. That ain't free. I'm giving you something to get something. So we need to cut all this free education nonsense out because there ain't nothing in life free. Nothing in life free, period. Nothing. Nothing in life is free. Stop hating. Stop hating on these student athletes. They're not getting stuff for free. They're giving up something. They're sacrificing. Stop hating on them. You all right, man?
Yep.
What you laughing about?
I had a smart comment, but I keep it to myself.
Keep your smart comments to yourself, man. I'm over here flowing.
Flowing and going.
Hour 3 continues after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a Vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenknoxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Then look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. All of their bottles and tumblers are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the tumbler market. New this year are their stemless 12-ounce tumblers, perfect for repping your team while enjoying your favorite wine. They also have new 3-in-1 jackets to use as a koozie for a can or bottle, or you can pop a lid on it and use it as a 12-ounce tumbler or coffee cup. Be sure to check out everything Game Time Sidekicks has to offer at GameTimeSidekicks.com. Game Time Sidekicks, helping fans show your colors and carry your team with unique gear you will actually use. We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
865-255-03, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. And Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. We got a few days, actually today and tomorrow, to take advantage of a $49 take-home sleep study test to make sure that you do not have sleep apnea. And if you do, there's a plan put in place to help you with that. Low T Center and LowTCenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare. Let's go to the phones this morning, and let's bring in a good friend, Tremel. We got Tremel, Volstorm, and Brandon. Tremel, you're up first. Good morning.
What up, fellas?
What up?
How y'all doing, man?
Wonderful, man. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, is there any way I can watch that game tonight on TV?
I will double check, but I believe it is on SEC Network Plus. So if you have Watch ESPN, I believe that's where you can watch it.
I got that.
I will double check here in just a second.
All right, I got two real quick things. So when you were naming off all those, recruits we got, or because the guys retired, those guys retired because of injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it lessen the pain a little bit if they had a little bit of bread, maybe buy them a whip so they can get back and forth to work or something like that? Wouldn't it lessen the pain just a little bit? Money don't cure everything, but, you know what I'm saying, these guys put their bodies on the lines and their career's already over.
Yeah, if someone wants to pay them for their name and likeness as a kind of a, thank you for your contributions, then.
Well, I'm not saying now because that's, what I'm saying, but I'm just saying for future.
Absolutely. Yeah, the rule's not in place now. Yeah, we're talking future.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, these kids, they should get paid, man, something. You know what I'm saying? This kids on campus still having trouble eating and stuff, man. I mean, I hear stories all the time. You know, I work with kids all the time, you know, struggling to get by. And these ain't even athletes, you know what I'm saying? These are just regular students, and some of them are athletes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, here and there, bread from people. Because like you said, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Auntie, uncle, I see you doing your thing, son. Here, boom, 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 couple hundred. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think these kids should get something.
You know? I'm not for just paying folks. You know, again, I said this on the show before. What makes Inky who he is how he had to claw and stretch and fight. Draw Mayo. I mean, Jason Allen. I mean, these guys that got themselves to the NFL or made themselves very successful after football. Man, it was those tough times that revealed character and made you who you are today. So how do you get to that point when everything has been spoon fed to you?
Man. I ain't look at that. I
ain't with paying players, but I'm also not with a coach making $9 million driving up in his brand new car, but my jersey in the store and I don't get anything. I ain't with that either.
They should get something for their life.
I ain't with that either. You got to pay me something.
You know what I'm saying? Don't break them off no, you know what I'm saying? Don't make them a millionaire in college. You know what I'm saying? You know, even 1,000 there, you know? But I don't know. I just think differently, you know? I think they should get a little something, not to the extent where we thinking it's going to take over because it's going to take over anyway, because kids are already getting paid. You know what I'm saying? They already getting.
Jamel, kids are getting paid? Get out of here.
Y'all have a good day, man. I hope them boys tear it up tonight. Go big going, baby.
See you, man. Thank you for the phone call.
And it is on SEC Network Plus. Roger Hoover and Vincent Yarbrough are on the call.
Yeah, Vincent Yarbrough, baller. Let's go to Volstorm. Volstorm, good morning.
Boys, I find it funny that Ben was making fun of Swain's dancing, but he didn't think it was so funny whenever he was backing that thing up with Grandma.
Oh.
I thought it was funny. I didn't care. Grandma's widowed now. She can do that.
Oh, man.
Oh. Boys, since we're on the subject of this whole NCAA allowing players to get paid for their likeness, it's actually a smart move on the NCAA's part, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this is just another step to be able to avoid pay for play. Because here's what would happen. If they allowed pay for play, you know, most people get the scenario of, you know, yeah, these players are out there and they generate millions of dollars. You know, they should be able to get a cut of that. Well, that's not how it's going to happen. Because not only do you have to pay those football players, basketball players, you're also going to have to pay the players of the non-revenue sports. And then Title IX gets involved. And you create a whole convoluted mess. With what they've enacted, it's kind of like, well, you're on your own merit. You're getting paid for your likeness.
You know, Volstorm, it would mean a little something different if the NCAA didn't just 2 months ago write a letter to the governor of California against.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so it's not like they just came up with the idea because, we just came up with this idea because we think it's the right thing to do and we want to avoid pay for play. No, the lawmakers, they're going to do this regardless, whether you like it or not, and you better get out in front of it and try to control it now, because if you wait, you will really become irrelevant. And Volstorm, they're already paying players to play.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just not.
They're
not
already
everybody.
getting money at the table. I mean, we've made jokes about it for years and years, but it's because it's true.
Yeah, I mean, they're already doing it, and it's not like everyone's going to get paid. If you stink, you're not getting paid. That's just the way it works in life.
Right. But if you enact something with the NCAA where, you know, okay, well, if you're a football player, then you're going to get some of that SEC TV money. Well, you've got to divide that amongst every sport, because Title IX will get involved and say, yes, we have all these women's programs that are not generating any revenue. They're operating at a loss, but you've got to pay them the same amount.
But my thing is, if they're making money off their name, image, and likeness, then it's not.
That's different.
It's not the university's fault that the starting pitcher on the softball team that she's not generating any interest from businesses.
Oh, but hey, it will be a conversation if you have, a sorry football team and a pretty good football player getting this, but then you have a women's sport and you got a Monica Abbott, you got a Candace Parker, you got someone like that, and they're not getting the attention. Oh, we gonna hear something about that in the future. That's gonna happen, and rightfully so. It should.
Yeah, I was gonna say, rightfully so.
Yeah, it should. So. Just be ready. Just be ready for multiple layers of this stuff, and
there's no exact science to
it. Yeah, it's gonna be dicey, but we're here
because we talk about all these private sponsors getting involved with paying the players for their likeness, but what about entities like the Vol Network?
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work.
Like to do like radio commercials.
Yeah, to do radio spots.
No,
you think those kids are going to do that for free?
Nope. And they shouldn't.
Nope. Call my agent, Jason Swain.
But then, like I said, the non-revenue sports are going to get involved, saying, you need to be promoting this, you need to be doing that as well, and you're going to have pressure from all kinds of outside groups, unfortunately.
Yeah. Volstorm, always appreciate you, man. Good stuff as always.
Boys, we're up here live at Clarksville, close to the 101st Airborne, and so close to the Kentucky line that you can smell the mess. See you, boys.
See you. Let's get to Brandon. Brandon's next. Brandon, good morning.
Morning. How you guys doing this morning?
Good, Brandon.
Well, so you're talking about the NCAA allowing players to profit off their likeness. I really don't think it's going to be like a free-for-all, where you're going to see a guy get a contract to promote, whatever car dealership or whatever. You're not going to see Tua get $1 million contract to promote Chevy cars or something like that. And here's the reason why I think that. The NCAA are control freaks.
Yep.
They're not going to let it just be a free for all. I guarantee you in the next 2 years, if they're controlling how many text messages you can send to a recruit right now who's not getting paid, how much control are they going to try to exert over dollars when it actually matters?
I want think about this, Brennan, and no one has mentioned this, but do y'all know what coach owns a car dealership in Birmingham?
Nick Saban.
How will anyone stop Nick Saban from saying, "Hey, this is what we're gonna pay you to do a signing at my dealership, my Mercedes-Benz dealership"? Like, what you gonna do? How do you stop that?
Just outside of Tuscaloosa, there's literally an exit about 10 minutes outside of Tuscaloosa, 15 minutes, Mercedes-Benz Drive.
Oh, yeah.
And it is
There's
a Mercedes-Benz plant.
Yeah, you drive right past it on the left on your way to Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
So
I would imagine seeing the NCAA doing like a where they're going to say it's only on merchandise and it's only X percentage of the sales of this or that. I don't imagine that they're going to leave it open for contracts for players to get paid for endorsements and that sort of stuff.
And
because of the fact that that would absolutely tip the scale in recruiting and whatnot.
They'll try to do that, Brandon, but there's always a loophole, and there's always going to be someone who breaks the rules and will know how to break the rules and do a great job of it. Yeah, drugs are legal in the United States, but they still coming into the country, and they've been doing it for decades.
I know. Lou Holtz said one time, it's hard to listen to him a lot of times, but one time he said on ESPN, he said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Hey, Brandon,
I said, that's probably a true statement.
It is a true statement. So, I think people are kind of freaking out a little premature. Not everyone's going to get paid. And if you sitting here thinking that the sausage is made, just perfect, humane way, then I'm sorry, like you about to be in for a rude awakening because the sausage is made a ton of different ways that you probably wouldn't be able to watch your stomach. So just enjoy the sausage, just enjoy the hot dog, just enjoy it, and understand that you probably don't need to know how it's made. And that's kind of how I look at college athletics, basketball, football, and baseball, whatever. Like, there's a side of it that a good guy like Mark Richt, he won't last. And he didn't last because the game got too messy. Good guys don't last in this business, man. You got to be willing to, especially if you want to win at a high level. If you want to win at a high level, you can't be a good guy in everything. And I know what coach people thinking about is like, oh, he does it the right way, and man, he's somebody coach at Clemson. But if you think everybody does it the right way, then
Rick Barnes does it the right way.
So far. So he's benefiting because everybody else getting popped.
True.
He's benefiting because everybody getting popped. And the FBI coming in, slapping folks upside the head like Homie the Clown from A Living Color. Just slapping folks. Homie don't play that. The FBI don't play that. And Rick Barnes is benefiting. Yeah, Rick Barnes is doing it right. 865-200-5503, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
Tap water often contains harmful chemicals and additives. When you call for your free water test from Hiller, we'll show you exactly what's in your water and how to remove it. Enjoy cleaner, healthier water in your home. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your free in-home appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health. And most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, Mr. Mack, you heard the lowdown? No, homie. Give me the word on what's going on. Tell them what it is, Big Will.
Mac, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain event app.
All right, let's get to the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Let's get to Roger on line one there. Roger, good morning.
Well, hey, Jason. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm great, Roger. Hope you are too, my friend. And man, what's brewing? What's on your mind this morning?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just wanted to talk to you in a while. How you been doing? How you been lately? How you been?
I've been good, man. Been good. Great. Tennessee winning. I'm good to go.
Yeah. They just want to ask you real quick. I know you don't have time, so I just want to ask you real quick. I just want to ask you, Jason, after Tennessee got a big win, South Carolina played well. I just want to ask you, would you impress how they? I know everybody talking about how all three quarterbacks play well and everything. Tennessee learned how to play, how to win. Jason, are you impressed how better they're playing right now? Are you impressed how they played against the past weekend?
Am I impressed with how they playing? Roger, I got a question for you. Is a pig's right booty cheek pork? Of course I'm impressed. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. The question is, can they continue the improved play? Can they continue it? Last year they beat Auburn. You beat Kentucky, and then you fell off a cliff. Can you maintain? Don't eat the rat poison. I saw us in the crowd. Our players, crowd surfing. I got no problem with that. I love that. That's awesome. I wish we was able to do that more when we played. But don't let these students hype you up this week, Day. Don't let them hype you up. Don't let your little girlfriend hype you up. Since you won, baby, you don't have to watch as much film. You can spend time with me more. Nope.
You heard Chris Lowe say it.
You get the same time you got last week, boo-boo. At the same time you're going to get this week, boo-boo. I got film study, and I got Thornton Center, and I got business to take care of because we got 4 games, and I'm not going to change what we did to get to where we were Saturday. I'm not going to change that just because we won a game. The same sense of urgency you had when you was losing and embarrassed, you need to take the same approach, and when you're winning and you're feeling good about yourself. There's a level. There's a standard. And it doesn't matter what is going on, if it's good or bad, you stay at that standard. So, yeah, I'm feeling good, but I expect us to stay at that standard. And I hope we stay at that standard because we have played really well the last 3 or 4 games. Got to keep it up. Sorry, boo-boo. We can't go to the movies. Turn off Netflix. I got film to watch.
We can film and chill if you'd rather.
Can't film and chill. Distraction. Nope.
What kind of distraction?
That's definitely a distraction, Ben. Definitely a distraction. Maybe you need to just go ahead home, sweetie. I'll text you. I'll talk to you later. I got to watch this film with the fellas. I'll talk to you Saturday after the game or Sunday. I got business. I'm only saying that. I'm not joking. I'm being serious. Those are pitfalls that happen while you're a college athlete and you're winning a little bit. You're winning. Folks tell you how great you are. Folks getting in your ear talking about the league. Folks getting into your ear telling you how great you are. Oh, no. You said I was sorry 2 weeks ago. Don't try to be my friend now. Stay close in the locker room. It is you against the world. That's the mentality you need to have. There are some loyal fans, and we love our fans. You show love to them. But keep that same mentality, that same energy. When everybody was booing you and everybody was criticizing you for losing Georgia State. Keep that edge. That's what I want to see. Ben?
Sir.
It's 10 o'clock, man.
It is. Final point, just bring NCAA back. Forget about all these players making money.
That's all you
I
care
just
about.
want NCAA football back. That's all I care about.
Hey, I'm going to be the LeVar Ball of the gaming community. I'm taking my daughter out of school, and she's going to be a gaming professional. Put those books down. Pick up those sticks. Swain event. Fueled by Daddy and Barbecue. Peace and love.
Hour 3 of the Swain event